Hello everyone, I'm replaying an older video. The last video I put out, I talked about trail braking a little bit, but it was my first time motovlogging and my attention was a little distracted between actually riding and talking. So I figured I would try to explain it a little more with this video. In this particular ride, I'm going downhill down a mountain, just right outside of Aurora, heading towards Cool Springs in Tucker County, West Virginia. Great riding in Tucker County if you've never been. So trail braking. Trail braking is the technique of using the brakes while you're cornering. So basically, as you're approaching the corner, you start your braking, downshifting, look through the turn, and as soon as you start to lean, you continue on those brakes. But the more leaning you give, you gradually start trailing off those brakes. You trail off those brakes until you are comfortable with your direction and speed. At this point, you can either be neutral throttle or you can give a little bit of maintenance throttle. Now the theory behind this, and it's more than a theory because it's actually proven, and it takes a little while to get used to it. It takes practice. Now in the video I did last, I was actually trail braking in a parking lot. One of the best places to learn anything. It's a nice controlled environment. So as we approach a curve here, I start to decelerate, put the brakes on, I start my lean, I start trailing off the brake. There's a couple pretty good switchbacks here. Trail off the brake, and then I'm either zero throttle or maintenance throttle. Now, maintenance throttle is the technique of just giving enough acceleration to keep the speed that you're going at, the speed that you feel comfortable at. Here's a good example of it here, right into the apex. Now, when you're trail braking, you pick your apex. So you're on the outside of the curve, you start coming in. Once you see the exit, the shortest point in the curve, or the slowest point in the curve, I should say, you see the exit. Once you see that exit, then you can roll on the throttle. So again, the theory or fact is as you apply the brakes, at this point you are lowering your suspension, which means you're putting most of the weight on that front tire. And that's where you're going to need the grip coming into a tight corner. If you were to just abruptly let go of the brake, then your front end's going to spring up and it's going to cause your suspension to be a little bit erratic or it's going to be disturbed. Now, when you hold that brake, you're keeping that front end down, you're getting maximum grip, trail off, and of course your suspension is going to raise a little bit, but you're controlling how fast or slow the suspension comes up. And again, once you are comfortable with your direction and speed, you can let completely off the brake. I've been in some curves since I started trail braking where I held the brake almost all the way through the curve because it was a decreasing radius type curve or something of that nature. But anyway, that's trail braking explained very briefly. If you want more on this, go watch Fast Eddie at motojitsu.com, and he can definitely explain it to you, or Champ School, Yamaha Champ School. Alright guys, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.